Thank you for watching, and in this video we are going to cover how we can make parts together into assembly documents. So as we already have all our parts into assembly, so what we can do is, as we already discussed in the previous videos, we can just press and hold any part and we can just bring right or left wherever we want to move. Or if we want to rotate an individual part, so what you can do is you can just right click on a part and hold right click of your mouse and then you can rotate it like this. So we already covered these things in previous videos. So in this video we are gonna see how we can mate parts together into a assembly by using mates. So what we can do is, as you can see here, like we have already this part. So I want to use this part and I want to have a mate between this plane and this plane. So what I'm gonna do is, we are already in the assembly and you can see there is an option into the ribbon which is called mate. So I'm gonna select the mate first, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this face. And then in what I am gonna do is, like as you can see into the mates, there are different mate types which we can see in regular tools into Solidworks, coincident, parallel, perpendicular, tangent, concentric, etc. But right now, like if we are gonna use another mate and we are gonna select different faces, so SolidWorks is gonna suggested us automatically the possible mates. So as I already selected this face, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select another face of this part. As you can see, so it brings automatically in front of this face. So there is one mate which is already created between this part and this part. So if you are fine with it, so I'm gonna click the green check mark. Okay, so as you can see, I can move it top and down, right and left, but this is connected with this face. But just keep in mind, if you want to fully define a mate between the parts, so you need to add at least 3 mates. So what I'm gonna do is, the next thing is I'm just gonna rotate the assembly first, and I'm gonna zoom in, and then I'm gonna go back into the mates again, and then I'm gonna select this face, and then I want to create a mate with this face. Look, so in this way it's gonna move from there to here. So if you are okay, you can just click the green check mark. So right now I have 2 mates here. So the first one is face to face and the second one is this face with this face. So if you are fine, you can click green check mark. So as you can see, we are gonna go into the mate. So you can see the first mate, which is the origin. Like as I already mentioned in the previous videos, the main part of this assembly that is mated with the origin of the assembly. So this is the first mate, and there are 2 other mates which we already have, we can see here. Okay, so as we already have 2 mates, so to fully define it, so what I can do is I need to add a third mate. So I can add third mate anywhere, wherever I want. So I'm gonna zoom in it, and then I'm gonna go into the mates, and then I'm gonna select, suppose I'm gonna select this face, and then I'm gonna select this face. But there could be a problem because these 2 parts are not cut on the same angle, so that's why there is going to be a problem. So let's see, and then I'm going to click the green check mark, and it's going to be asked like what kind of mate you want to add between these two faces, because SolidWorks is not going to solve by itself because there is a problem of angle. So I need to select, if I want to add coincident, let's select coincident and then click the green check mark. Okay, so now you can see there is an error, like we can add this mate but we have to break the other mate, otherwise there could be a lot of error into the feature manager, or there is another option, add this mate and over define the assembly. So because as I already mentioned, like we did not have the same angle for the cut for both of the parts, so what we can do is maybe we can break the different mate and create this mate. So I'm just gonna select the first option. As you can see, we already have this error, so we are gonna break the previous mate and then to satisfy this mate. So I'm gonna click the green check mark. Okay, as you can see, there is a mate between these 2 faces, but the previous mate which was creating problem, so it just turned into the red. So what you can see is like there is a red and then there are some yellow errors. So what you can do is you can just delete one of them. Like if I'm gonna delete the red one, so it's gonna save all the problems. So I'm gonna select the yes. Okay, so what I can do is, like still this is underdefined, so that's why there is an error. So what I can do is I can just go into the assemblies, I can select mate, and then I can select this face, and then maybe what I can do is I can just select the edge of this part and then click the green check mark. and coincident, and let's check the green check mark. Okay, so as you can see, this is fully defined now, so that's why there is no error. So the thing is, like, although because of the different angle, so this is not into the exact equal to this face, but only this edge, we created a mate between this face and this edge, and the mate, we satisfy this mate between this face and this face. So now we have all three faces, so that's why it is fully defined. So let's go into the another part. So what we can do is we can just press the F on our key, and then we can select the inner part of this ring, and then we can go into the mate, and then we can create a mate the outer part of this side. Okay, so it's gonna be moved there, and I'm gonna click the green check mark. Okay, so as you can see, there is a mate between these two, so I can rotate in and out, but I cannot go right or left or top and down because there is a mate between the outer side and inner side of this ring. Okay, so I can create another mate to define it. So I'm just gonna go into the mates. We are already in the mate, so I'm just gonna select this face, and then I'm gonna rotate it and select this face. So we already created a mate between these two, so I am okay with it. So I'm just gonna click the green check mark. Okay, so let's check the green check mark, and as you can see, we already have two mates, but we did not have three mates, so it's not fully defined. So that's why you can see there is a negative sign here. Okay, so to fully define it, what we can do is we can add a third mate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a mate between the planes. Suppose I want to have a mate. So right now I am in this part. As you can see, this is our part. So I need to go into the details of this part, and I need to select, let's create a mate between the right plane. So I'm going to select the right plane, hold the control key on my keyboard, and then select the right plane of the origin. So this is the right plane. So I already selected two right planes, so I'm going to select the mate. So I just created a mate between two right planes, and then let's click the green check mark. Okay, so as you can see now, there is no negative sign for this part. As you can see here, this is the part. So because we already added three mates and it is fully defined now, so that's why it is not gonna be rotate as well. Okay, so in last, what we can do is we can just create mate between these two parts, and let's fully connect the assembly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into the mates, and then let's select the bottom of this page, and then I'm gonna select the inside of this cylinder. Okay, so we already created one mate, and if you are fine, I'm gonna click the green check mark. Okay, so there is another mate which I would like to add. I want to have a mate between the upper face of this part and then this upper face, and I'm gonna select the green check mark. Okay, we have second mate as well. And the third mate which I would like to add is, like, I want to have this outer part of this fastener, and then I'm gonna select the inner part of this cylinder. So it's gonna move here, and I'm gonna click the green check mark. Okay, so it is fully defined now. So in this way, as you can see, we already have three mates for each of the part, and then we have our assembly which is fully connected. Okay, so this was all about the mates, that how we can connect different parts into assembly. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, then don't forget to check the course link in the description. Thank you. Sorry for distraction, but if you think my videos are helpful for you, or if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, I am gonna highly recommend you can go into the description of this video, where you can find my course link, in which I have over 10 hours of videos in which I explain each and every command in a detailed way. Thank you.